My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my thoughts on the Spring Holiday Baking Championship Season 8. Yeah, not something I typically talk about, but I do have some thoughts. I did make another video, but it was way too long, and I'm just like, you know what? Lots of people aren't going to click on this, so let's keep it short and sweet. So, this was a bad season. Absolutely awful. And let's begin with the biggest reason why, and it's Jaleesa. She was one of the contestants on there, and on the second day, she had a panic attack. She was super dramatic and left and came back and got all her stuff together and was just like, I'm gonna bake really good now. And everyone was just like, so brave, so very brave. And I could tell that from that moment on that they were going to kiss up to her every chance they could get. And yes, that's exactly what they did. Even though she proved time and time again that she was clearly the worst chef, they still kissed up to her and she eventually won, and that's just bogus. They were clearly trying to make some kind of statement on mental health and give her the underdog narrative, and you can sense how rigged it was from a mile away. In the second last challenge, they told her to make a family recipe, but it could not be a cake. So you'd think that she wouldn't make a cake, but she did make a cake. And not just that, she won the competition. But she made a cake, even though they said don't make a cake. So was she supposed to make a cake, or was she not supposed to make a cake? I don't know, but I don't know what she was supposed to make. But yeah, so you can sense that was rigged. And on top of that, from the very beginning, there was one clear competitor that was clearly the best and above and beyond everyone else, and that was Romy. From day one, I was rooting for Romy. He just the way his food looked, the plating, you could just tell, like, he made a sauerkraut chocolate cake and made it delicious, apparently. That's it. Stop the show right there. You should have won. And even he could tell how rigged it was, and right before the end of the show, he was supposed to be in this sprinkles competition, and he's just like, you know what? No, I'm above this, and he left. And you know what? Good on him. He isn't allowed to post anything online, but he has been liking certain comments, and you can kind of sense that he felt like it was rigged too, and it definitely was. The other competitors I couldn't stand. There was one guy named Justin who had like zero personality. There was Dennis who was okay for a little bit, but after a while he started to annoy me. Then you also got Tom, who I could not stand. He was a decent chef. Yes, I'll give him that. He did a good job with the actual cooking, but his personality I couldn't stand. He was clearly an attention seeker and wanted to be, you know, just all eyes on me. He just annoyed me to no end. He would be like, sprinkles, drove me nuts. Then you also got Diego, who I couldn't stand. Then you got lots of other people who I don't really remember, if I'm being honest. But there was one girl, Carolyn. I liked her. She had a good sense of humor. She was a great chef. And I would have been okay if she won, except she was eliminated. And then, a couple episodes later, they're like, hey, you know, what if we brought back one of the eliminated people? Because why not? It's not like it's an elimination show or anything. And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. So they brought her back. And it's just like, okay, well, I'm glad that she's back, kinda. But even if she won, it would always be with an asterisk that she was already eliminated. So even if she won the whole thing, she got a victory, there would always be a but there. And I liked her, but I don't like the fact they brought her back. And then you've also got the judges, who I couldn't stand. Nancy doesn't shut up about booze. This needs more alcohol, because alcohol is delicious. I just got sick of it after a while. Like, really. This needs more booze, time and time again, and everyone's just like, Nancy and her alcohol, so funny. No, it honestly got really annoying. It's like that 40-year-old who still goes out to clubs and all that, and, you know, they'll still talk about how much they love drinking and getting drunk, and it's just like, you haven't grown up, have you? And that's the case with her, you know. I like a good drink as much as the next person, but to be that obnoxious about it just drove me nuts. And then the other girl judge couldn't stand her. She always came across as super fake, and she clearly had her favorite contestants and always said good things about them and not too many good things about everyone else. And he was the best of the bunch, but I still don't really like him. But the worst part of this show was, drum roll please, Molly. She's the host of this show, and I could not stand her. I used to know someone who, anytime we talked to her, she'd be like, ha ha ha, oh my god, oh yes, ha ha ha. And like, you can just sense how fake she was from a mile away. And that's what you get from Molly Hill. There's not a single aspect of her personality that feels real or genuine or authentic. It feels like she's just super fake and trying as hard as she can. And I just couldn't stand it. It's like she's a kindergarten teacher talking to her class like, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Mrs. Smith. How are you doing today? I'm doing good. Like, just the way she talked. It's like she was talking to a kindergarten class. I just hated her. And she wouldn't shut up about the farm. So yeah, like I still get entertainment from this kind of show, just seeing what kind of weird things people can make, especially when they're under pressure. I do like to cook. I'm very toddle, and after I cook for like 5 minutes, my back's like, oh, my back. Yeah, no, I'm like an old man. I'm 25, but I'm really an old man. But, you know, I wish I could cook like this. Like, I watch this, and I'm just like, oh man, I wish I could do that. Oh, that looks incredible. And, you know, there's definitely hard work, artistry, and love and passion that goes into lots of these dishes. Now, and, you know, like, yeah, I enjoy watching the show all the, you know, regardless of my issues, but still, some of the contestants just drove me nuts. I didn't like the host at all. I think the whole thing was rigged to create a certain narrative, and yeah, so those are my thoughts. But did you watch the 8th season of the Spring Baking Championship thing? Let me know in the comments down below. Did anyone even make it this far in the video? Anyone? Probably not, but make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin, out.